American writer and wrestling personality, best known for his work in WWE, WCW, and TNA. He was an iconic key figure during the Attitude Era, which brought us to the most popular and edgy content in the world of wrestling. His incredible storylines and ability to connect with audiences solidified him as one of the best creative minds in the wrestling business. Straight Outta Jersey welcomes Vince Russo.
What's up, guys? I am Joe Zapata, and I'm honored to have my next guest, true genius in the world of wrestling, the one and only Vince Russo. What's up, Vince?
What is going on, Joe? I love the fact off the bat you are a Paisan. That is very, very, very important to me. That is on the top of my list, so I'm sure we will get together fine. And are you from the New York?
New Jersey. I'm North Jersey. I'm right by the Meadowlands.
Yeah, bro. People hate Italians from the East Coast. That's why we have to band and stick together.
Do you miss New York? Do you miss the Italian food?
Big time. But you know what I really miss, bro, more than anything? I'll be honest about New York, the sports scene. You know, man, I grew up on WFAN, Mike and the Mad Dog.
100%.
And bro, what I used to love about New York sports is, they used to talk about what season was going on. So in other words, during football, it's Jets, Giants. During baseball, it's Met, Yankees. Bro, I'm out here in Denver, Colorado now, and I love Colorado. I do love Colorado. But my God, bro, it's Denver Broncos 24/7. It's the Nuggets don't exist, the Rockies don't exist. It's Denver Broncos 24. That's not real sports, man. I miss the passion of the big four sports in New York.
100%. How's the food over there in Colorado? Is it like over here? How's it?
Nah. It's it is what it is. Here in Colorado, like, bro, everybody's like real health conscious. They try to watch what they eat and stuff like that. But it does not. You cannot, like, bro, like you talk about New York. Bro, you cannot find a freaking bakery like in the state of Colorado. And bakeries were always like my weakness, man, in New York.
In Little Italy, you had Mama Lombardi's by you, right?
Oh, bro, the rainbow cookies and oh my God, bro, yeah,
it was pretty crazy. Now you grew up in Farmingville, New York, correct?
Yes, yeah,
yeah, that's where you grew up. Now, do you have a degree in journalism?
I got a degree in journalism from Indiana State. Yep, and I've got a minor in public relations. Yeah.
So you were working, I think, at a Best Buy or where was it? Some video store, I think it was, right?
Well, it depends. Where you going? It depends.
Because you contacted Linda McMahon.
Yeah, I was working my video store. I had two video stores on Long Island.
Okay.
They were going out of business. I saw the writing on the wall. I was working at PC Richards and Son in the meantime to make ends meet. But I needed to get to that next chapter in my life, man. I already had kids, and I'm like, geez, what am I going to do next? And I just thought, honestly, like, man, it would be pretty cool to work for the WWE. So I funded a radio show out of my own pocket.
Wow.
Just to kind of make a name for myself.
Okay.
And, from there, quite frankly, as I was running out of money, that's when I contacted Linda McMahon. I had no idea Linda McMahon was in charge of publications at all. I had no idea. But the fact that I did have a journalism degree, she was in charge of publications. They were looking for freelance writers for the magazine. That was really the opportunity.
Okay. Because the wrestling at that time was so cartoonish.
Yeah.
T.L. Hopper, The Who, and it wasn't that great. And then you came in. When did you get that position to change the business?
When ratings really hit rock bottom, and they hit rock bottom for all the reasons that you said. They were just, WWE was so behind the times, with the cartoon characters, and it was cartoony-ish and campy-ish. And I was just like, man, we've just got to mirror society. We just more or less got to bring this product up to speed. And I was very, very vocal in the office. And it really came down to Vince McMahon kind of saying, put your money where your mouth is. And I was like, fine. Okay. Please let me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Where did you get those ideas? Where was that creative process? Where did you start? Where did you get those ideas from?
just, man, bro, one thing when I got into wrestling was, bro, I vowed people were not going to laugh at wrestling anymore because everybody, wrestling was a laughing stock. Everybody was, oh, that's that fake shit. And, all that stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Whether you like it or not, you're not going to laugh at it anymore. And that's when, like I said, man, we really started mirroring what was happening in society. And I'd like to say wrestling grew up. At that point, wrestling just grew up a little bit.
Wow. Working for Vince McMahon, I wouldn't want to do that myself because it seems like you would have no life. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, bro, people don't understand. Bro, I didn't make 5 years in the WWE. I wasn't there for 5 years, and it's because he burnt me out to a crisp. I mean, I gave 5 years of my life on a silver platter, and quite frankly, Joe, that was enough. I could not do that anymore.
Wow. And those 5 years, the ratings were through the roof.
Right.
The best ratings. There were 2 times. Hulkamania, I remember in the early 80s, and then Attitude Era.
Absolutely.
Those are the only 2 times that I remember.
Yeah.
And it was incredible what you did. And I could see that burning you out. Being from Jersey, I was friends with Chris Palis, King Kong Bundy.
Oh, yeah.
He was a great guy.
Yeah.
And he always spoke highly of you.
Yeah.
He always said, ask Vince, when did wrestlers stop looking like wrestlers?
Oh, man, bro. Bro, I swear to God, I just did a show. Bro, I swear to God, real quick. I went to a concert Sunday night.
Okay.
And bro, I went to see an artist by the name of Hosier. Okay. And I was familiar with Hosier a little bit. I didn't know him too well. Somebody offered me tickets. I'm never going to turn down music, right?
Okay.
So, bro, when you go see a professional musician, you realize these are pros. These are people at the absolute top of their game. From the artists themselves to his band, where everybody in the band can play every instrument. Everything is in sync. They never miss a beat. Then you go to the background vocals, harmonizing, perfect. This is a professional musician. Then you watch the WWE and you're like, this is supposed to be the greatest company in the world, and these are supposed to be the greatest wrestlers in the world. That's what it's supposed to be. When I watched this show, bro, and I did a whole show on this the other day, bro, 15% of the roster belong. 85% of the roster are kids that had dreams of becoming professional wrestlers, and somehow, some way, they're on your TV on Friday and Monday night, and they're playing wrestlers. You can tell, bro, who is a wrestler and who is trying to play the part of wrestlers. And bro, they're not pros. I'm sorry, man. They're not pros. They're freaking amateurs. And that's why, Joe, I'll be honest. I get paid to watch these shows. And I literally had to call, Sportskeeda. I'm going to turn 65 on January 24th.
Okay.
And I already told Sportskeeda, guys, come January 24th, I'm not watching another wrestling show. I literally, bro, am leaving money on the table because I can't watch amateurs anymore. Like, it would be like, me, I'm an avid baseball fan. I'm a big Giants fan. My father was a New York Giants fan from the Polo Grounds. I'm a big Giants fan. It would be like somebody making me watch single A baseball every day. It's single A, bro. And I have no interest. I got zero interest in watching amateurs. And man, you talk about Bundy's time.
Mm-hmm.
God, bro, look at every single person on that roster. Go back and look at some of those pay-per-view cards. Bro, when I was working at the WWE and JR was talent relations, every single person on that roster belonged.
100%.
Every single freaking one of them.
Yep.
I watched these shows today and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And finally, bro, after I released my show, the next day, Drew McIntyre came out yesterday and said the same exact thing. And he basically said, I'm begging these guys to at least go to the gym.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Bro, because you know what it is, man? We are, bro, you watch these shows and you could tell who the favorites are, and you can tell who they don't like. Bro, I didn't play freaking favorites. The ratings when I was writing dictated everything. If they're watching you, you're on the show. If they're tuning out, you're off the show. It's that simple, but you can clearly tell who's Sean's favorite and Triple H's favorite and the guys they don't like. I mean, and oh my God, bro, this is supposed to be the best roster in the world, and it is infested with absolute freaking amateurs.
Yep. I mean, they're good hands, but they're
good little hands.
Yes, but not physical presence. They don't have that, 100%.
They're all replaceable parts, man. They all could be replaced tomorrow, and they are. They are. Every time, Pink Slip Friday comes, out with these 10, and let's bring 10 more in.
We got SummerSlams coming up, and I'm not a fan of today's wrestling too much. The 2-day WrestleMania, the 2-day, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. What do you think about that? The 2-day
bro,
event?
everything, especially since TKO took over, everything is just a money grab, bro. And what happened is, man, they have sold their content to so many masters that what they've done is they've watered it down, they've bastardized it. It doesn't matter to them because they've already cashed a check. They got their Netflix money, man. It doesn't matter whether it's a good show or a bad show. And they are just fulfilling contractual obligations to create content for their masters who are paying them. And that's all the show is. They're house shows. They're literally, bro, televised house shows. And I just got to say, man, at my age, I don't have time to waste watching televised house shows.
And I know the answer to this question, but is there ever a chance you would consider coming back to re-educate these guys?
No, bro, because bro, I would last there not even a day. I would last there not even a day. I mean, you putting me in that system, like I can't even imagine what that would look like.
Yeah, I mean, you did it. It was character and story, and that's what worked when you did it. It's not today. It doesn't happen.
It was two guys. It was me and Ferrara. There were no freaking politics involved. There were no favorites involved. And bro, we put our blood, sweat, and tears into every single show that we wrote.
And it showed. It showed because we loved it. It was the best time wrestling. As being a wrestling fan, best time to be a wrestling fan. I talked to Booker T, and he said that if it wasn't for you, who had the balls to pull the trigger, he would not be champion. What do you think about that?
And bro, I literally, you got to understand, Joe, I knew I was going to be killed for that. I knew I'd be fired for that. I knew it without a shadow of a doubt, bro, because, especially at WCW, you talk about politics, forget about it. And, Booker T was the guy that, did what everybody asked him to do, but no matter how talented he was, they kept that thumb on Booker T. And I mean, bro, it was like, that was absolute bullshit. Booker T was great, and he deserved to get his just due. And I knew if I did that, That was not going to sit well with the, you know, Hogans and everybody in that group. And bro, quite frankly, I didn't care, because whether I lost my job or not, I could still look in the mirror and know that I did the right thing. So the reality of the situation is, man, I put a lot on the line, and bro, that is, to me, that is my greatest achievement in wrestling.
Yeah.
To be able to put that title on somebody that 1000% deserved it and maybe would have never gotten it because of the political environment.
How did you approach writing for, you know, WWF or E at the time and WCW? How did you approach them? Because they're both different.
Yeah, well, bro, the problem is, you know, the biggest disease in professional wrestling is paranoia. And, you know, bro, I was always the guy, we've got to build the mid card because the top guys are getting older. We've got to build the mid card. That does not mean get rid of the top guys. It means get the mid card ready. So I knew I had to do that at WCW because the guys on top were getting old. But to the Flairs and the Hogans, in their mind, I was trying to get rid of them. So I knew immediately, bro, they're going to get in the air of management. They're going to work management. Russo doesn't know what he's doing, yada, yada, yada. I knew what was going to happen. I knew what the end result was going to be. But again, it was the right thing to do. And that's what led to me going home after 3 months. You know, I was really starting to get behind the younger guys and push the younger guys. The Hogans and the Flairs went to management. All of a sudden, WCW tells me we're changing it. We're going in a different direction. And I was like, you can go in any direction you want. I'm not going in that direction. So I'm just going to go home because I've got a contract. You can continue to pay me and everybody will be happy. And that's exactly what happened.
To be honest with you, them down south are not really too crazy about us from the East Coast.
No,
up here in New York.
bro, forget
You know,
about it. Forget
they
it.
don't like New Yorkers at all down there.
Forget it. Forget that. That's the whole people don't understand, man. That's the whole thing with freaking Cornette. Cornette hates New Yorkers with every freaking fiber in his body. And that's really where all that started from.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy with Cornette and stuff. But let me ask you about the Montreal Screwjob. You were there, obviously. That was Battle for. People thought it was a work. You know, I don't think so. I think it was true legit. What happened with that, with Brett and everything going down? You were there.
I'll be honest. And again, man, there are stories out there, and all I could tell you is my side of it.
Yep.
So we knew Brett didn't want to do the job to Sean. So, bro, at that time, the writing team was me, Vince, and Cornette.
Okay.
That's it. The three of us were at Vince's house. Bro, this is the week before Survivor Series. I get into Vince's house. Vince pulls me in another room. And he says, Vince, I'm going to get on the phone with Brett today. I need you to be the third party on the phone as a witness. So in other words, he had me listen into the conversation. Brett did not know I was on the phone.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So, bro, I'm listening in on the conversation, and Vince must have thrown at least 6 different scenarios by Brett. And Brett, nope. Even Jim Neidhart was suggesting things.
Wow. And
Brett was turning everything down. Now, what people have to understand is it wasn't too far before that where Deborah Medusa dropped the belt in the garbage at WCW. And that was Vince's greatest concern. I cannot let Brett show up on WCW with my belt. That it was not personal against Brett. It was not an FU to Brett. Vince was like, I cannot allow that to happen. So, bro, we go into discussions that night, just the three of us. Bro, it's now 6 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night. And like, we're throwing everything out there. So, bro, you got to understand, I was at the point of such frustration that I just wanted to go home. So I literally said, Vince, F it. Have freaking Sean put Brett in the sharpshooter and have the referee call for the bell. Boom. I wanted to go home. I wanted to go home. So, bro, this is probably like a Wednesday now.
Okay.
Bro, I don't hear from Vince the whole week. Nothing.
Okay.
Zero. I get to Survivor Series that Sunday, bro. I don't have a clue what the finish is. I don't have a clue. And I know, bro, I'm sitting back there. I'm sitting next to Taker. And we're watching on the monitor. And Sean puts Brett in the sharpshooter and Hebner calls for the bell.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, holy shit. Bro, Taker picks up the chair he was sitting on and hurls it across the room. So I was like, I cannot believe he used that finish. Now, bro, I do want to say this. From the time I left Vince's house that night to SummerSlam, to Survivor Series, bro, I have no idea of what conversations took place with who. Okay. I have no idea who suggested anything. I have no idea. Okay. That's why I'm saying that night before I left, I threw that out there, and then I saw the finish. What happened all that time in between? What conversations took place? Who knew what? Bro, I have no idea.
Wow. That is crazy, man. That's unbelievable. One of my favorite storylines actually was when you had The Rock join the Nation.
That was the best thing we did.
Oh, beautiful, man. How did you come up with that idea? I mean, The Rock was not, I guess, over at that time. How'd you come up with
bro, the one thing I love about that storyline is you can go back now and you could see us planting the seeds for 3 months beforehand. I mean, you can really see it. And bro, writing like that will never happen again.
Nope.
Because writing like that, bro, takes time. It takes concentration. It takes commitment. They are writing so many shows right now that all they're worried about doing, bro, is fulfilling their contractual obligations. We got to write a show for Netflix. We got to write a show for USA. We got to write Unreal. We got to do NXT. There's no time or thought put into any of these shows. That's why you'll never see another storyline like that again, ever.
Nope. Yeah. How was dealing with The Rock? Was he okay? Because I think you gave him
great,
a name.
Bro, I always knew Rock was going to go above and beyond because he was smarter than everybody else. He was smarter than everybody else, bro. He was always one step ahead of everybody else. And I just always knew, bro, this guy's going to go way, way beyond wrestling because even though like it was in his bloodline, bro, and his dad and all that stuff, mentally and psychologically, he was so beyond that. It wasn't even funny.
Yeah, well, I was talking to Coach, and I was bringing this up about The Rock. Him not being at WrestleMania with Triple H, is there real heat between them?
No doubt. No, really? Bro, listen, it is clear. It is clear for 2 WrestleManias in a row, they called in The Rock, and Rock laid out an idea. And 2 years in a row, they shot his idea down. It is crystal clear. He came in the first year. He wanted it to be him and Cody. The Marks cried. And no, he wanted it to be him and Roman, I think. Whatever it was.
Yes, him and Roman.
The Marks cried. They wanted Cody. So they went to Cody. He came in this year. And Cody Rhodes said, he suggested I turn heel. They poo-pooed that again. No, We're going to go John Cena. So, bro, here's a guy. You asked me to come in. I lay out 2 scenarios for you. You go your own way. Both of them, quite frankly, sucked. You put the belt on Cody, then don't have a clue what to do with the champion. You don't put him in any programs that mean nothing. Then you turn Cena heel, which makes absolutely no sense. If Cena wasn't the great performer that he was, he would have never been able to pull this off because it made no sense. So if I'm The Rock, I'm like, bro, do me a favor. Because here's the funny thing, Joe. Here's how you know. Rock owns a great stake in that company. Rock is on the board of directors. Bro, since we've last saw Rock on TV, he has not tweeted out one single that tells you all you need to know. That tells you everything you need to know. And bro, I've always said this, and people think I'm nuts. I've always said this. If Rock ever decided he wanted to get back into wrestling full time, all right, man, I've done enough with these movies, whatever. Triple H is gone the same day. There's no question about it. There is no need for Triple H whatsoever if Rock ever decided, I want to go back to wrestling full time.
Yeah, you're right. I think Triple H might not last a year. I think
bro, I've been saying that for a long, long time. And bro, I'm just going to say it. He doesn't have a clue to what he's doing, bro. He doesn't have a clue to what he's doing. I watch these shows and some of these creative ideas, and I'm like, bro, yes, you're an 18-time world champion, whatever you are. You're not a writer. You have no idea how to format a script. You have no idea how to create characters, tell stories. You have no idea how to end a show. You don't know what you're doing in that aspect. And bro, that's not a dig at Triple H. I mean, Joe, we can't all be good at everything. We've got our strong points and our weaknesses. He's not a freaking creative guy. There's a difference, bro, when you're doing creative for your own character. When you got to turn around now and do it for 50 guys, sorry, bro, he's not qualified for the job.
Well, if I was a young writer creative in WWE now, what advice would you give me? I wouldn't want the job, but I mean, what would you give me advice on how to write for them?
I would tell you, bro, go get a job someplace else. Because as long as the old guard is still in charge, you're never, ever going to stand a chance, bro. As long as you've got the Triple H's and the Pritchards and the Michael Hayeses and the Paul Heymans, forget about it. They're never going to respect you. They're going to try to intimidate you. I would not suggest that to my worst enemy.
Wow. Was there any storylines you regretted writing?
Nah, bro, the only thing I really regretted doing was the JR parody.
Okay.
And bro, like, people forget Ed Ferrara did that on the WWE show. Like, we actually did that character on WWE. But I regret it now, bro, because it's never that I had an issue with JR. It's never that I did not like JR. We weren't even really looking at it as, making fun of him. Bro, it was an all-out war at that time. And like, the gloves were freaking off. Like, so it was whatever you can do. I regret doing that. I've obviously apologized to JR 10 times over. And he was absolutely cool with it. We're cool with each other. But I got to tell you, bro, if there was something that I would not have done, that probably would have been the only thing. Okay.
All right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
What do you think is the legacy of your work in professional wrestling? Because you were, the best, one of the greatest writers, I thought, at the time. What do you think your legacy is?
Bro, I swear to God, man, like, when people ask me that all the time, I mean, Joe, I hate to say this. I don't care what my legacy is in wrestling. I have no respect for the wrestling business, Joe. I don't. I was an outsider. I still am an outsider. I have no respect for a lot of people in it. I have no respect for the way it's run. I have no respect for the politics. I don't respect the business. So I don't care about a legacy. I want my legacy to be about being a husband and being a father and being a son. That's important to me legacy-wise. I really could care less how anybody associated with professional wrestling looks at me. I really could care less. The bottom line is this, Joe. I was somebody from the outside who once loved wrestling. And when I was in there, I had one goal and one goal only. I'm going to get as many people to watch this show as possible. I'm going to get as many people to watch wrestling as possible. I think I achieved that.
You did.
I'm totally fine with it. And that's really it.
Vince, you did it the best. I mean, you got to take credit. You did it great when you did it. We all loved it. So that's
well, bro,
why
that was here was the difference, bro, between me working at the WWE and me working other places.
Okay.
Bro, very early on in the WWE, when I was starting to climb the ladder, Bruce Pritchard started pulling some political bullshit with me.
Okay.
Joe, I'm not a political guy. You know us New Yorkers. You know how we're not going to do nothing behind anybody's back. We're going to do right in front of
your face.
We're going to do it.
Yep.
So he started this political bullshit.
Okay.
And I immediately went to Vince. And here's how I handled those things. Vince, I don't play politics. I'm here to write the best possible show I can write for you. If you want Bruce Pritchard to write your show, then let Bruce Pritchard write your show. I'm not wasting a second of my time playing politics. Bro, whatever Vince said to Bruce, Bruce never effed with me again.
Okay.
So here's my point. When I was in the WWE, bro, I never had to worry about politics. I never had to worry about eyes in the back of my head, who was stabbing me in the back, because it was clear. If you F with Russo, you're effing with me, from Vince McMahon. It was absolutely clear. So nobody F with me. And all I had to do was concentrate on writing the best show I can. Bro, when I went to WCW, it was a political battlefield. And there was no Vince McMahon having my back. And I knew I was done, because I'm not going to play the game. I'm not going. You're paying me to write a show. I'm not wasting my time playing politics. So either you let me write the show or I'll go home. It's that simple. Then when I went over to TNA, very, very cool at the beginning. Jeff in charge, Dixie's family take over, no problem. When Eric and Hulk came in, we were at the same exact spot, bro. And that's when I left. I didn't have a backup plan. I didn't have another job lined up. I don't do good in a political situation. And that's why, bro, I think it was 2012, 13 years ago, I gave Dixie my notice and I said, I'm not doing this anymore.
When you were in WCW, was Bischoff there? Were you dealing with him at all?
Oh, yes.
Was he an ass?
Bro, he's a prick. I mean, Joe, I got to be honest with you, bro. People find this hard to believe. He's the only person out of everybody I worked with that I do not like. I don't dislike Jim Cornette. Joe, I got to be honest with you. You and I both know we're New Yorkers. So how am I looking at Cornette? Bro, he's a freaking goof. He's a hornyaka. He's a hillbilly. Cornette's a goof. Cornette's a goof. And Vince Russo is part of his act. I get it. I understand that. Bischoff's a prick, bro. Bro, listen, Joe, we're New Yorkers. You're going to understand this. We're blue collar guys. We're in the trenches. We don't want a corner office. We don't want power. We don't want people being afraid of us. We want to work. We want to work. We want to get in there and work. This guy's the complete opposite.
Wow.
This guy wants to be in charge. He wants to be the boss. He wants to make people smarter than him. He wants people to fear him. He wants to make people feel stupid. It's almost like a Napoleon complex, bro. It really, really, really is. And bro, we are oil and water, and it's just that type of individual. One of my pet peeves, Joe, is, bro, don't think you're better than everybody else, because I'm a firm believer in, bro, God created every single one of us equal, man. We are only different because of our upbringing and our circumstances and opportunities and morals and values. There's a million reasons why we're different, but we were created equal. So once you start pulling that card on me that you're better and smarter than everybody else, I have a really hard time with people like that.
I don't even understand why Cornette's mad at you. The brawl for all? I mean, come on. Really? I don't know.
Bro, he's mad at me, Joe. Here's the bottom line. I was chosen over him at WWE and TNA. It's that simple. When it was me, Vince, and Cornette, and me and Vince were going this way, and Cornette was going that way, Vince sent Cornette home.
Okay.
When I was in TNA, and Jeff Jarrett did everything in his power for me and Cornette to work together. Jeff was like the mediator and was always there to make sure there was never an issue. Well, when Jeff got sent home because of the Karen situation,
okay,
me and Cornette are there. Dixie sends Cornette home, and Vince is in charge of creative. It's that simple, bro. He can carry on about whatever he wants to do. It's that simple. And you know, Joe, that's the bottom line. Like, again, how is a New Yorker going to deal with that? A New Yorker is going to deal with that by looking in the mirror and saying, why was he chosen over me? Why did Vince favor Vince over? That's what a New Yorker is going to do. Jim Cornette blamed that on me. It was my fault Vince chose me. It was my fault Dixie Carter chose me. Brother, look in the mirror. There's a reason why they went with me and not you. And Joe, that reason is quite obvious to anybody that knows Jim Cornette. He's set in his ways, man. He wants to do things one freaking way, and there's no conversation. There's no discussion. His way is the right way. And, bro, it's difficult to work with people like that.
Yep. His way is a little bit old school. I mean, we're evolving. You can't, you know, very old school ways. It doesn't work that way anymore.
Exactly. And that's why, you know, Vince and I were going to the Attitude Era.
Yep.
And, you know, Jim wanted to do Memphis stuff. And it was like, brother, we're moving on. But again, he blames that on me. And, bro, honestly, like, I could care less. Jim Cornette has made a lot of money because of me over the years. And, bro, if he's going to make money bearing my name, then, bro, knock yourself out.
What was the heat between you and Shane Helms? I saw some heat going on between you and Shane.
No, bro, the heat between me and Shane Helms was somebody posted the footage of Bash at the beach because it was like the 25th year anniversary. Okay, the 25th year anniversary. So Shane Helms, for whatever reason, decides he's gonna tweet out embarrassing. So see, stuff like that I got a problem with. I really like, bro, even if you think it's embarrassing, why are you tweeting that out? So now I go back to Shane. I'm like, okay, Shane, first of all, it was a work. I don't know, like, if you understand or if you still think it was a shoot. And I said, second of all, should we really be talking about embarrassing? Have you looked at the product of the company you work for lately? You want to talk do we really want to talk embarrassing here, bro?
Mhm.
And that was the end of that conversation.
Now, getting a little bit off of wrestling a little bit now, I know you said you're a Giants fan, correct?
Yeah.
Willie Mays was your favorite?
Well, actually, bro, Willie McCovey was.
Willie McCovey was.
I
Oh,
love
okay.
Willie McCovey, yeah.
So, because I got to meet Barry Bonds once, and he was a real asshole, to be honest.
Oh, I know Barry's got a reputation of being. I'm well aware of that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Do you follow the Knicks at all?
I don't, bro. I swear to God, Joe, I don't know what happened to me over the years. Bro, I fell off of every sport but baseball, man.
Oh,
bro,
really?
I used to be like growing up on the island.
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
I was a huge New York Nets fan from the
Nets,
ABA.
okay.
I used to go to games at the Coliseum all the time.
Wow.
Bro, I was a huge Giants fan during, the Super Bowls. Huge Giant fan. Bro, I don't know, like over the years, like I lost interest in every sport really but baseball. I don't know why.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you would still like watching, the Giants and Jets and stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
but no?
I don't, bro, I guess one of the reasons I guess I'm still so into baseball, bro, is like I'm addicted to fantasy baseball. Like
really?
I've been playing fantasy baseball for 20 years, bro. I usually have like 5 teams a year. So like I'm really, really dialed into baseball. So that's probably what keeps me more interested in it.
You don't do fantasy football?
Bro, I've done it, but I'll tell you what I hate about it. Bro, fantasy baseball is a skill. You got to manage for 162 games.
Yes.
Bro, if you don't play your lineup every day in fantasy baseball, forget about it. Fantasy baseball, bro, is such freaking luck. Like, bro, your first week of the season, your number 1 pick gets hurt. You're done. You're finished. There's so much luck involved in fantasy football, not skill. And that's why I'm just not a fan of it.
Wow. I wanted to talk about China real quick. I've met her before she passed. You were very fond of her, and her death really bothered you. What was it about Joni that you loved?
Bro, I just loved everything about her, man. She was just a great, great, beautiful human being, man. She had such a great heart, and the business killed her. I mean, it's that simple, bro, because, bro, there's a lot of bad things that have happened to people in the wrestling business. A lot of bad things, bro. Some people are built to handle it. Like, bro, listen, I am completely blackballed from wrestling now. I could give 2 shits. Like, but if I were anybody else, I could be standing on the ledge of a bridge. Oh my God, bro. They don't like me. They, whatever. Bottom line is I could give 2 shits because I have like I said, I got no respect for any of them. So I could care less. She couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle it, bro. And when you look at what happened, bro, I'll never forget one of the conversations I had with Joni. She said to me, Vince, Stephanie and Hunter fell in love. I get that. I understand that. People fall. I get it. I totally understand it. But here was the problem, bro. Here was the problem. She loses her fiance. Obviously, she's going to lose her job. You know that you can't work that out. So now, okay, I lost my fiance. I lost the guy I actually owned a home with. Now I'm going to lose my job. So now I got to go out on my own and find employment. Now you're going to take my name?
Yeah.
That was it, bro. That was the breaking point. So now she goes out in the world. They want to hire China. She can't be China. She's Joni Lauer.
Yeah.
So, bro, this was really where any kind of relationship whatsoever was severed between me and Triple H. First of all, bro, when Vince hired me back in 2002 at the WWE, Triple H and Stephanie tried everything to not allow that to happen. Why? Because they would lose power creatively. Okay. Bro, I didn't even care about that because I got that. That's wrestling, man. You guys know if Vince hires me creatively, I'm going to be the go-to guy, and you guys are going to find something else to do. So they're going to do everything they can so that doesn't happen. I get it. But so now China's looking for work.
Okay.
Bro, the adult film industry comes knocking. Bro, she needs the money.
Of course.
So she freaking does it. Then when the question gets raised to Triple H, why isn't China in the Hall of Fame? And he brings up the fact, well, if little Johnny Googled her, he's going to see that, basically she was in adult films. Well, brother, she was in adult films because that's the corner you guys backed her into.
Correct.
So I cut a vicious promo on freaking Triple H. That was like, how freaking dare you? After what that company did to her, and she was backed into a corner where she needed a paycheck and clearly did something she didn't want to do, you're going to hold that against her?
Of course.
And that's when I really from that moment on, I was never, ever going to be hired again by the WWE. And bro, I could have given two shits. I don't want to work for people like that, Joe. I don't.
And if they Googled Vince's name now, the allegations and all that stuff, come on.
Bro, do we really need to go down the list of Hall of Famers and how many people are freaking felons on that list? Do we really want to go there?
Yeah.
And I'll never forgive him for doing that ever.
No, it's pretty, crazy. Another thing that bothers me as a New Yorker, and someone that really bothers me, is like when people tell me Vince Russo is the one who killed Owen Hart. And that really bothers me because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. What do you think about that stuff?
Bro, I got to tell you, and Joe, I swear to God, I hate to say this, but I am a firm believer in God. And I know when we are created, he puts us here for a reason. And there is an end date. I know that. I know that. I know that the minute I'm born. I know that. With that being said, that pay-per-view was written. It was done. Bro, I'm in my office. It had to be like Thursday night before the Sunday. I'm literally dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
Okay.
I get a call from a guy named Steve Taylor. Steve Taylor was a long-time WWEer from the beginning. And Steve called me and he said to me, Vince, the people that repel Sting are going to be at the show.
Okay.
And they're wondering if there's anything we can do in the show because they want to do business with us. So they want to show us what they can do. So as I got Steve on the phone, bro, I'm looking down my list and I see Owen's the Blue Blazer. So in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, that would be a pretty cool entrance for Owen. I'm thinking Owen, get Owen over. Owen look like a star. So I said to Steve, I said, well, Steve, Owen's, the Blue Blazer. Maybe they could repel Owen before the match. And Steve says, yeah, okay, man, that sounds good. I'll talk to them. That's how the idea came about. So, bro, it was never written in. It was literally finding a spot for the guys that repel Sting. So, bro, we get to the building, and I remember, man, we're at the coffee urn. I see Owen's wearing a jumpsuit. He just practiced it. And I said to him, I said, Owen, how'd everything go? He said, everything went fine, Vince, no problem. He goes, the only thing I ask you is, can you switch the entrances? Because how it was, bro, was Godfather was going to come out first, then Owen. And Owen said to me, Vince, if he goes out there first and they propel me, I'm going to be hanging there before I can get off. He can pummel the shit out of me. Just switch the entrances. So I said, Owen, no problem. We'll switch the entrances. And I did that. That was the last conversation. Bro, there was never, Vince, I'm uncomfortable doing this. I'm afraid of heights. I really don't want to do this. There was none of that, Joe, because it wasn't important to the show. Okay. The only reason it was in the show was because I got that call from Steve Taylor. So if there was any hesitancy whatsoever, we wouldn't have done it. And that's why I believe, bro, when it's your time, it's your time. Because the fact that I literally, bro, got that call while I was finishing up the script. Steve Taylor never calls me. That would have never happened. But it was because Sting's guys are going to be there. They want to do business with us. Is there something we can do? That's the only reason it was written into the script. Okay.
Should the show have continued?
Bro, I always take Vince's side on this, Joe, because unless you were back there, Joe, nobody was in their right mind. It was surreal. It was not happening. Like nobody was in their right mind. So I always say, bro, listen, Vince McMahon is Vince McMahon. Even Vince McMahon was not thinking straight. I'm just telling you, Joe, it was so surreal and not happening. And when Vince has to make a decision, I firmly believe Vince was not thinking dollars and cents. I honestly and truly believe that. And I'll tell you why, bro. Joe, I get to TV the next day. They don't want to mention Owen's death at all. They want to sweep everything under the carpet. And I remember going in to see Vince and Kevin Dunn. Joe, I was crying. And I said to them, if we don't acknowledge Owen on tonight's show, I swear to God, I said to them, I'm going home right now.
Wow.
And that's when they made the decision that everybody went in the booth and talked about how they felt about Owen. Originally, they weren't even going to mention it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What is your take on Chris Benoit? You know, he's a talented wrestler.
Yeah, bro. I'm a firm believer, bro, in the CT what is it?
CTA.
Yeah, I no doubt that had an impact on those actions. I mean, I firmly believe that, because even when his brain was studied after his death, you know, specialists said that this type of trauma to the brain could have caused him to act this way. So I firmly believe that had a lot to do with it.
Okay. As we begin to wrap up, what do you do outside of this besides just relaxing and just hanging out? Besides watching baseball, and what else do you do?
Bro, I do like Russo's brand. It's like, I mean, it literally is a full-time job. Like I am podcasting all the time, but also, bro, like recently, which is pretty cool. My wife and I bought a Airbnb in upstate New York.
Nice.
So yeah, it's pretty cool, bro. I get to run the Airbnb. I get to go there, you know, when we want. So, you know, that was a pretty cool thing. But bro, I've been doing the Russo's brand now for over a decade, man. Yep. And it really keeps me busy every day.
You do Coach and Bro also?
Do Coach and Bro show. Yeah. I mean, a lot of things, bro. Like a lot.
You're all over the place.
But the beautiful thing is, bro, like there is nothing in the world to not having to answer to anybody, bro. Like the absolute freedom that I have to say whatever I want. I mean, bro, when you're in the wrestling business, I swear to God, you've got to think about every word that comes out of your mouth constantly. You can never just be yourself and be who you are. So just the freedom of being able to do my own thing, man, I've been so lucky.
Yeah, the culture today is very sensitive. When you were writing, anything went, it's totally different, and totally different. You also have an Instagram. I think it's at Vince Russo, right?
Well, actually, I don't do Instagram. I'm really active on X, and that's where it is. X is at the Vince Russo. I got a YouTube channel, man. We put up videos every single day. I do Twitch.
Twitch,
So I do a lot brand wise.
Do you ever do any appearances at any of these wrestling shows? I know you don't like wrestling too much, but fans actually like you a lot. They always say, hey,
bro, I once in a blue mood, bro, because it's like, Joe, I don't want to be around it. And a lot of times, Joe, I swear to God, I'll outprice myself so they say no, because I just don't want to do it, bro. If it's a personal appearance, like where it's just me, that's a little different. But if I'm going to something and there's going to be other wrestlers, bro, I just really don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah. If there was a Hall of Fame of writers, you would be in it for wrestling as number one. You had a great, obviously the ratings were through the roof, and we all love you for that. I know you don't care too much about wrestling today. I don't watch it either too much today. I loved it back then. But, Vince, thank you so much for your time. I hope we can do this again, and when you come to New York, come and visit. Let me know when you're coming this way.
So, Joe, you're in Jersey?
I'm right on the border of Jersey, New York, right there on the border.
What town are you in?
You know where Clifton is? Clifton, New Jersey?
Yeah, I've heard of Clifton, New Jersey.
I'm right by the Meadowlands. It's like 5 minutes away from me.
My Airbnb, I don't know if you know this area or not. It's in Saugerties. You know where that is? Saugerties, New York. I'm about an hour from Albany.
Oh, okay. I know exactly. Okay, I know where you are.
Yeah, but I do, bro. I swear, honestly, it's funny that you asked. This morning, somebody just emailed me about doing an appearance in New York, bro. I swear to God, it's like New York is really the only place I'll go. When you dangle New York in front of me, okay, now we can have a conversation.
Yes.
It's in New York. I get to go home to New York. My daughter still lives in Brooklyn.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that's pretty cool. Last time I did a signing, my daughter took me to Citi Field for the first time, which was freaking phenomenal.
Wow. Yeah, it's great.
So if you tell me New York, now we'll have the conversation. But then my next question is always, okay, who's gonna be there? Because it's like, bro, I'm not coming there to freaking argue with anybody over something that happened 25 years ago. Give me a freaking break. But yeah, bro, I'll definitely look you up.
Have you been to the new Yankee Stadium? Have you been to the new Yankee Stadium?
I haven't been to Yankee Stadium since probably mid 70s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, long time, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Vince, for doing this. We enjoy you. We love you. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you having me, man. Thank you.
Thanks, brother. Stay safe. You got it, man.
Take care.
Thanks for watching the Zapata Brand Podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast and listen where all podcasts are available.